relative velocity of A with respect to B. VAB is velocity of A minus velocity of B. This is the formula. Similarly, if you differentiate further, it will be also the formula for relative acceleration. So when in same direction, then is subtracted, and when they move in opposite direction, it is added. Similarly, you can find relative acceleration, and if relative acceleration is constant, we can also apply those three equations of motion. V is equal to U plus AT. V, all the three equations of motion can also be applied for all the three in the relative frame as well. I think we wrote the equation last class, but we didn't solve the questions based on that. So that we are going to take that today. But before that, there is one more concept of river and boat problem. So when river is flowing and boat is moving along the river downstream or opposite to the river, that is upstream. So in the river boat problem, there is a language given velocity of boat in still water. Velocity of boat in still water is VBR. I think we didn't do this last class, so please pay attention. River is not still, river is always flowing. Now, if we say that boat velocity in still water, that means what? We have assumed the river to be still, and that means we are in the frame of river. So कुछ books में ये गलत language लिखी हुई है that velocity of boat in still water is actual velocity of boat. No, it is the velocity of boat with respect to the river. It is velocity of boat with respect to river. That is VBR. Velocity of boat with respect to river is VBR, and that means it is not the actual velocity, this is the relative velocity. अब VBR को अगर हम लिखते हैं in terms of the river velocity and boat velocity separately by using this relative
Can you go to
velocity
the previous slide? Thank you, sir.
Velocity of boat with respect to river will be velocity of boat minus velocity of river. So इसमें this VBR इसका practical significance क्या है? Suppose inside the river boat is moving. Now when boat is moving, this is the person who is inside the boat. For him, boat is moving with the velocity VBR. If the person who is standing on the earth, he is observing, then for him, the person who is stationary, not in the river, he is on the bank. For him, the velocity is VB. VB is velocity with respect to earth or the actual velocity. VBR is velocity with respect to river. So VB हम अगर यहाँ से कैलकुलेट करेंगे the actual velocity of boat, that is VBR plus VR. Actual velocity of boat, actual velocity का मतलब है if observed from the earth frame or from the rest frame. Velocity of boat with respect to earth. So this is the general formula. इसमें so other identical version will be an escalator moving, और हम escalator पे खड़े हो जाएं, या suppose we start moving on the escalator. All those cases will be similar to the river boat. Right? अब अगर कोई बोट डाउन स्ट्रीम जा रही है along the river flow, तो बोट की वेलोसिटी और बोट में रिवर की वेलोसिटी inside along the flow of river, then actual velocity, the boat seem to be moving faster because उसकी velocity और उसमें boat की velocity में river की velocity, they both will be added because they both are in same direction. So जो books में थोड़ा गलत लिखा हुआ है वहाँ पे ये confusing है. अगर VB is actual velocity, is the real velocity, then when VB and V are in same direction, then why not subtract, why to add? यहाँ पर हम ऐड करेंगे बोट की वेलोसिटी को रिवर की वेलोसिटी को, इवन दो दे आर इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. रीजन बीइंग बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी, दिस इज द एक्चुअल वेलोसिटी VB, एंड दैट विल बी VBR plus VR. So downstream जाने पे actual velocity of boat is VBR plus VR. Similarly, when it is going upstream opposite to the river flow, upstream opposite to the river flow, it will be VBR minus VR. Because when it is coming opposite to the river flow, the boat velocity and river velocity are in opposite direction. So to complete a round trip, suppose starting from a point to come back to the same point, when it is going along the river flow, when it is going along the river flow, it will be VBR plus VR. When it is coming back, it's VBR minus VR, the speed with which it is crossing it.
Sir, can you go back? Sir, can you go back? Sir, sir, can you
Time,
go back?
हाँ बेटा एक सेकेंड. Time taken to complete a round trip. If suppose from one point to another point, which is the distance D, the boat is first going along the river flow and then it is taking turn. It will be D divided by VBR plus VR plus D divided by VBR minus VR. Huh. No, yes. Any doubt you can ask. डन कार्तिकेय. Done.
Yes, sir.
So VB is equal to VBR minus VR. So this case is exactly similar to
No, sir,
here
not done. Sir,
plane.
can you just go back like for 1 second, sir? Sir, done, sir.
Yes, done.
Done, sir.
तो सपोज रिवर में किसी एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक जाने में टाइम लगता है t1, वापस आने में t2. फाइंड द टाइम टेकन बिटवीन द सेम पॉइंट व्हेन द बोट इज इन स्टिल वाटर. The boat takes t1 time from one point to another. In downstream and t2 time in upstream. Find the time taken between the same point when the water is still. Find the time taken between the same point in still water. So जाने का टाइम t1, वापस आने का टाइम t2, और without river flow, that is in a lake or pond, if the same distance is covered, what will be the time taken by the boat?
Sir, can you go back, sir?
Downstream के लिए speed is vbr plus vr,
Can you go
d
back, sir, just
divided by
once?
vbr plus vr. For upstream,
Sir, can you go back once?
स्पीड बढ़ाओ कर देंगे.
Thank you, sir. Done, sir.
VBR प्लस VR डाउनस्ट्रीम और अपस्ट्रीम के लिए VBR माइनस VR. अभी हमें जो कैलकुलेट करना है वो now it is in still water, the time taken is d upon VBR. फर्स्ट इक्वेशन से फ्रॉम इक्वेशन नंबर 1 वी कैन फाइंड VBR प्लस VR, क्योंकि हमें यहाँ पे VR को ग्रैब करना है. So इससे VBR plus VR निकाल लेते हैं. Second equation से VBR minus VR, that will be d by dt. Add these two equation. Add these two equation, it becomes 2 times VBR is equal to d by T1 plus d by T2. So time taken between those 2 points will be d by VBR, and d by VBR is coming out 2T1 by T1 plus T2. By solving this equation, the d by
Please
VBR
go
will
back, sir.
2T1 T2 upon T1 plus T2. बेटा सिर्फ कॉपी नहीं करना, दिमाग भी चलाना है ना.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
just copy the step. You can solve on your own as well. Point A to point B. When it is moving in the direction of the river, it is VBR plus VR. When moving in opposite direction, it is VBR minus VR. Or when it is moving without any river velocity, river flow, then it is VBR d by VBR. Done.
Yes, sir. Done. Sir.
तो सॉल्व करने पे क्या आया, t by d by VBR. This is the time taken between those 2 points. The time taken to cross without the river flow is 2T1 T2 by T1 plus T2. Rishit, I think he hasn't joined. Yes.
Yes, sir.
No, I just checked you were not there in the meeting. I was checking. How was the test?
It was good.
Okay. Good, but with a pause. I don't know. I don't understand the meaning, but okay. I hope it is good. You could solve all questions.
I didn't solve the derivation of the formula, just I did.
You didn't derive a formula. Okay. Yes, so this is the river boat problem in which the boat is going along the river, opposite to the river, and without the river flow. This is time taken in still water. Now next we will see the in the motion plane time taken by boat to cross the river. Then it will be 2 dimension because boat is going in x in y and river is going in x. So similar to river boat problem, there will be airplane and wind. Wind will be like river, and airplane will be like boat. Airplane wind will also be similar. Man walking on escalator will also be the similar case on horizontal escalator. So when it is moving along the motion of the escalator, its velocity will be added to the escalator velocity, and when it is moving opposite, velocity will be subtracted. So these cases are exactly similar to the river boat. River will be escalator, and the person will be like the boat. And a swimmer also, a person swimming in the river along the flow and opposite to the flow. Same formula will be used for this case. Right. Next is there are some very specific type of question from the NCRT. So I'm taking a similar example, not exactly the same, but yes, there are two cars traveling with a gap of 5 kilometers between them with the same speed, of let's say 60 kilometers per hour, 40 kilometers per hour. Two cars A and B move in same direction. With same velocity in same direction. In the same direction. In same direction with same velocity. Okay, it's already written. In same direction with same velocity. With a gap of 5 kilometers between them. Now suppose a third car which is coming from the opposite direction, car C. Car C crosses the two cars A and B. Car C is crossing A and B in a time gap of say 5 minutes. A third car C coming from opposite direction crosses or meets the two car A and B at a time interval of 5 minutes. Arnav Daryani,
Yes,
how was the paper?
good, sir.
Okay, all done?
Yes,
Full. You got full marks? Okay, no
sir.
problem. Okay. Third car coming from opposite direction meets the two cars in time interval of 4 minutes. Find the speed of third car or find the velocity of third car. Right, so it is supposed to two-lane road and A and B both are moving with the same velocity. So the gap between them will be maintained constant at 5 kilometers. And car C coming from opposite direction with certain velocity. Let's assume that velocity is V. After crossing A, it takes 4 minutes to reach to B. So at interval of 4 minutes, it is meeting those two cars. Find the speed of the third car. Motion of car C with respect to A. With respect to A will be in a state of rest. And now C has a relative velocity of V plus 40 because they are moving in opposite direction.
So car C traveled a distance of 5 kilometers in 4 minutes.
Right. Now in the frame of A will be at rest, but A was moving with 40 kilometers. It is at rest. B is moving with a speed of 40 kilometers. So if A is at rest, B will also come in a state of rest. और दोनों के बीच में जो relative gap है, that is 5 kilometers. In the frame of A is at rest, but if A is at rest, B will also be at rest because they both were moving with the same velocity initially. So in the frame of A or B, C has to cover a 5 kilometer with the relative velocity V plus 40 and time taken is given as 4 minutes. क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकली आपको फील करना है, मतलब प्रैक्टिकली थोड़ा एसोसिएट करना है विद द कॉमन सिचुएशन, practical life situation. Car A and B is traveling in one lane. C is coming from opposite. After meeting A, saying hi to the driver of A, it takes 4 minutes to go to the other driver. So opposite direction से आ रहे हैं, relative velocity add हो जाएगी. They are approaching faster. Time between the two is 4 minutes and distance is 5. So time is distance upon speed. Time taken is relative velocity, relative displacement divided by relative velocity. ये 5 किलोमीटर हो गया और ये v plus 40 किलोमीटर per hour. So since it is in hour, time also we have to convert into hour. It was given in minutes, so I'll convert into hour by dividing by 60. V plus 40 is 75. The third car is coming from opposite direction with a speed of 35 kilometer per hour. Right, बहुत सिंपल से क्वेश्चन था, वैसे हम बिना रिलेटिव के भी कर लेते, but with the help of relative motion you have to solve question. It become relatively easy to visualize where and which position they are going to meet, or right, time taken to between the two cars is relative displacement divided by the relative velocity. Relative displacement is 5 kilometer and relative velocity is v plus 40. So in this case, again, all the velocities were constant. We assume that throughout the journey, neither A nor B nor C is changing its speed. With respect to car C, अब ऐसे ही किसी का extended version question है, but that we'll see later. अभी देखते हैं. If suppose they start accelerating and then they have to chase. If acceleration is constant, I think we must have written this equation last class. If the relative acceleration is constant, then we can apply all the three equation of motion in the relative frame also. अगर एक के रिस्पेक्ट में दूसरी बॉडी की वेलोसिटी एक्सेलरेशन कांस्टेंट है, फाइनल रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी इज इनिशियल रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी प्लस a relative times t. Relative displacement is u relative t plus half a relative t square. V relative square is u relative square plus 2a relative times s relative. So all these three equations we can write in the relative frame also. Just we have to make sure that the the relative acceleration is constant. It's not changing with time. We did these equations last class, but I think we didn't do the numericals on it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so question is, suppose a bus is which is 500 meter ahead of a bike or maybe a cycle, whatever. A bus which is 500 meter ahead, a bus is moving with a constant velocity. Bus is moving with the velocity of, let's say, 40 meter per second. थोड़ी बस के लिए ज़्यादा है, but just for assumption. When the motorcyclist spots the bus, now he is starting from rest, but he accelerate with an acceleration of 10 meter per second square. The biker starts from rest with an acceleration of 10 meter per second square. Find the time in which he catches the bus. So अभी इसमें bus and bike both are moving. A is suppose bus, B is suppose bike. Now जिसको पकड़ना होता है या जिसको रीच करना होता है हम उसके फ्रेम में चले जाते हैं. So we will go in the frame of this bus. So in the frame of bus or with respect to bus. Now we'll observe the whole motion with respect to bus. So with respect to bus will come in a state of rest. Now we have to find the bike initial relative velocity. We have to find the acceleration, relative acceleration. So we are observing the motion of bike with respect to bus. Initial relative velocity is velocity of bike minus velocity of bus. So initial relative velocity comes minus 40 meter per second. U relative. Second, relative acceleration. Acceleration of bike is 10, acceleration of bus is 0. So it has a relative acceleration of 10 meter per second square. And with respect to bus, it has to cover a relative separation of 500 meters. It has to cover a relative separation of 500 meters. So S is known, A is known. Now we have to find time, so we can apply the second equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half at square. S relative is u relative t plus half a relative t square. The relative displacement is u relative t plus half a relative into t.
Sir, can you go back?
कार्तिकेय समझते भी हो ना साथ में, तुम लिखते ही
Yes,
रहते हो
sir.
यार हमेशा. Yes, write the second equation. S relative is u relative t plus half a relative t square. It becomes 500. U relative is minus 40 t plus half. A relative is 10 t square. 5t square minus 40t minus 500 is equal to 0. T square minus 80 minus 100. Minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2. Please check the calculation. I hope it should be correct, but फिर भी. कितना आ रहा है time? I think it's coming out 14.7 second. 14.77 second. Check your calculation. So the equation of motion is also valid in the relative frame also when it is constant with time. Yes. Anyone getting this answer? Okay. Yes. Anyone got this answer?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Another question on the similar logic, we can see that relative motion under gravity. Relative motion under gravity is a special case because any body which is moving under gravity will have the same acceleration downward 9.8. So whether it is moving upwards, it is thrown upwards or downwards. Whether the body is thrown upwards or downwards, velocity is v1 and v2. Particle A is thrown downwards with velocity a, and B is projected upwards with velocity v2. So whether it is going downwards or it is thrown upwards, they both have the same velocity. We have to find what is the time taken to meet each other. Relative acceleration of any two bodies irrespective of their direction of A with respect to B or B with respect to A is always going to be zero. So relative acceleration is zero. That means relative velocity is constant. Relative velocity is constant. Relative velocity is constant because a relative, when a body is moving under gravity, is observing another body moving under gravity. So there will be no acceleration. So it is moving with a constant velocity, which means the same motion. अभी हम a with respect to b कर रहे हैं, means हमने b को rest में assume कर लिया है. A is moving with that relative velocity. And what will be the relative velocity? Relative velocity of A with respect to B, because they are moving in opposite direction. Time taken to meet each other. Actual frame में तो वो कहीं हवा में बीच में मिल रहे होंगे. But in the frame of B, A has to go to B. Time taken to meet each other is relative displacement divided by relative velocity. Relative displacement is h, and relative velocity is v1 plus v2. Because in the frame of B, A has to cover a distance of h to meet B, since B is in a state of rest. In the actual motion, might be meeting somewhere in between. So A और B actual में तो यहाँ कहीं मिलेंगे, तो हम इसको ऐसा भी कर सकते थे, distance covered by A plus distance covered by B, that height covered h1 plus h2 will be equal to h, जैसे हम पहले करते थे 9th में. The distance or height covered by A plus height covered by B, that summation is going to be h. So अगर हमें actual में बताना हो कि वो कहाँ पर मिलेंगे, then we can use equation of either A or B. We can use any one of those two equations. Correct? H upon V1 plus V2. Time taken to meet is h upon v1 plus v2, and the motion of one body is observed by other body moving with a constant velocity. So if there is no acceleration, it will always be moving in a straight line, and one body appears other body as moving in a straight line only. ठीक है, अब हम आते हैं कुछ स्पेसिफिक टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हैं फ्रॉम द एनसीईआरटी. So I will, if you have NCERT, you can open that NCERT and you can see those questions as well. If you don't have, I will write the questions in brief and we'll be doing those questions because NCERT is very good in terms of the questions, good or I should say strange. The type of questions in NCERT is language wise quite. So question is, एक तो ग्राफ वाले क्वेश्चंस में कुछ उसमें, बट हम पहले रिलेटिव मोशन वाले देखते हैं. Two trains A and B. This is 3.7 from NCERT. If you have book, you can open and check. Otherwise, I am just reading it for you. There are two trains A and B of length 400 meter each. Two trains. So obviously, there will be two separate tracks. It is not possible for them to move on the same track. So there are two trains, each of length 400 meter and moving on two parallel tracks with a speed of 72 kilometer per hour. The length of both of them is 400 meters, 400 meters. And they both are moving in the same direction with the velocity of 72 kilometer per hour. With the velocity of 72 kilometer per hour. Now it says in the same direction with A ahead of B. So train A is ahead of train B. That's given in the question. At a certain time, the driver of B decides to overtake. The driver of B decides to overtake. So he starts accelerating with acceleration of 1 meter per second square. The second train B driver start accelerating the train with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square, and after 50 seconds the guard of B just brushes past the driver of A. After 50 seconds, the B driver, after 50 seconds the guard of B, एक ड्राइवर होता है आगे वाले डब्बे में और एक गार्ड होता है पीछे वाले में. So now the guard of B is brushing past the driver of A in a time span of 50 seconds. What was the original distance between them? Find the original distance between them. Between what? Between the guard of B and driver of A.
Sir, guard of B brushes past A.
Driver of A, yes. Guard ने उसको टाटा किया.
आगे क्या sir?
Brushes past the driver of A. What was the original distance between them? अब them कौन है? Find the original distance between them. इस क्वेश्चन करने के कम से कम 3-4 मेथड है. इतना ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड करते जाओ, बट सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए हम किसी भी एक के फ्रेम में चले जाते हैं. फाइंड द ओरिजिनल डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम, और देम का मतलब है गार्ड ऑफ बी एंड ड्राइवर ऑफ ए. बाकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन किसी काम की नहीं है. हमें इनके बीच की जो डिस्टेंस है, लेट्स से दैट डिस्टेंस इज एस relative to the driver of A. Relative to A, B will be in a state of rest. That's correct. क्योंकि दोनों की वेलोसिटी सेम है, इनिशियल रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी. हम अभी देखेंगे मोशन ट्रेन बी का विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ट्रेन ए. Since they both are moving the same velocity 72 km per hour, so at time t is equal to 0, the relative velocity is 0. Correct?
Yes,
Got
sir.
it? What is the relative displacement जो हमें cover करना है? That is as relative. A relative is how much? केवल B का acceleration है, A is not moving, so that is 1 meter per second square, and the time taken is 50 seconds. अब ये सारी बकवास ट्रेन की लेंथ 400 है और उनकी स्पीड 72 है and blah blah blah, that all is useless if you just use this second equation of motion. S relative is U relative t plus half A relative into t square. U relative is 0, A relative is 1, time taken is 50. Itna 2500 by 2, that is 1250 meter. That is the initial distance जो 50 second में overcome हो गई by the acceleration of B. अगर separately करेंगे तो distance traveled by A, फिर B को जो distance travel करनी है वो पहले दोनों के बीच का gap, फिर अपनी length ताकि driver वहां तक पहुंचे. So that will be very complicated to analyze. To such type of questions, we always prefer in relative frame of one of the two moving body. Read the question again if you have book. If not, then from the diagram try to understand. There are two parallel track, two trains A and B moving with the same speed, say 72 km per hour in same direction. Now that speed 72 is also of no use for calculation purpose. Only that information it gives that initially the relative velocity will be 0. Yes. Understood or doubt?
Sir, understood.
Sir, understood.
Okay, good.
सर तो उन्होंने एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन क्यों दी सर? मतलब ये हर क्वेश्चन के अंदर ऐसे देंगे अब?
बेटा ये इसी को चेक करने के लिए है. That is a trap. If you know the right method, it will take 30 seconds. If you don't know the right method, you will try hit and trial. पहले A का कर लेते हैं, फिर B का कर लेते हैं, फिर C का कर लेते हैं. That's how you waste time. Okay, चलो. Another question. So these are NCERT questions and they are quite good. और एग्जाम में अक्सर ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं और आते भी हैं. Next is 3.8. So थोड़ी again on a two-lane road. There are only two lanes on this road. A car A is traveling with a speed of 36 km per hour. Car A is traveling with 36 km per hour. And there are two cars B and C approach car A in opposite direction with the second lane. There's a B or there's a C. They both are approaching in the same direction. Sorry, in opposite direction, but they are moving with the same speed, and that speed is given as 54 km per hour. Diagram से question समझ में आ जाएगा, but still if you want to write, this is 3.8 from NCERT. Either you can download NCERT or you can open your NCERT book. So when two cars B and C approach car in opposite direction with a speed of 54 km per hour each at a certain distance, when the distance AB is equal to AC, at a certain instant, the distance of A and distance of B and C both is equal to 1 km. Now, अगर ये दोनों साथ साथ ही चल रहे हैं और same distance है, then obviously they are going to collide. So B ने सोचा कि पहले हम overtake कर लेते हैं. I should overtake and change the lane so that now C will pass. At a certain instant, when AB is equal to AC, B decides to overtake A before C does. B decides to overtake A before C does. Right? B decides to overtake A before C does and accelerates. What should be the minimum acceleration B should produce so that there is no accident? What should be the minimum acceleration of car B to avoid the accident or to avoid the collision? सिचुएशन समझ में आ रही है? और सिंपल से प्रैक्टिकल सिचुएशन है, 2 लेन की रोड है एंड बी वांट्स टू ओवरटेक बट सामने से एक दूसरा करेक्ट. सो बी और सी का मोशन, पहले हम सी और ए का मोशन देख लेते हैं. मोशन ऑफ सी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ए बिकॉज सी इज नॉट एक्सेलरेटिंग. मोशन ऑफ सी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ए, सो ए को रेस्ट में कर लेंगे. C is moving with the relative velocity and that velocity is how much? This becomes into 5 by 18 10 meter per second और 54 हो जाएगा 15 meter per second से. So this is moving with 15 meter per second. A is moving with 10 meter per second with respect to A. With respect to A, C is moving with the relative velocity of 25 और बीच में डिस्टेंस कितनी है 1000 मीटर. Time taken to cross. Time taken to cross is relative upon V relative. 1000 divided by 25, so that's 40 seconds. 40 सेकेंड में C पहुंच जाएगा A के पास. In 40 seconds, C will reach A. If that is so, then we have to find A with respect to B. Now, B with respect to A. Before 40 seconds, B has to reach A and change the lane. So B को 1 किलोमीटर की डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करनी है in a time of 40 seconds. Only then he will be able to avoid the collision or accident. इस पार्ट में कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं था, so directly we calculated time taken as relative displacement divided by relative velocity. Motion of B with respect to A.
Sir, can you just show the previous slide? Sir, can you show the previous slide? Yes, sir, done, sir.
40 सेकेंड में B को अभी A तक क्रॉस करके और ओवरटेक करके इसको आगे लेन चेंज करनी है. So B की relative velocity कितनी हुई? What is the relative velocity? U relative was moving with 15, A is moving with 10. Now it is in same direction. will be 5 meter per second. A relative is how much? A relative हमें निकालना है. A relative is A minus 0 and S relative is 1000 meter. Time taken is 40 seconds. Again, apply the second equation of motion. S relative is U relative to plus. देखो method solve करने के बहुत सारे हैं, but when we go in the relative frame, the calculation becomes quite easier. Yes, substitute here. So S relative is 1000, U relative is 5 into 40 plus half A into 40 square. Solve for the value of A.
Sir, 1.
One acceleration will be 1 meter per second square. So if B wants to avoid the collision, he has to start accelerating with minimum 1 meter per second square. Done? Chalo, next question देखते हैं. Next question is again another very good language wise tricky question. इसमें कोई doubt किसी को? The last one? No? Why I'm taking this question? Because ये थोड़ा question करने के कम से कम 4-5 method है, but when
Sir,
you
can you show the slide just once?
बेटा तुम राइटिंग स्पीड प्रैक्टिस करो, वहाँ पेपर छूटने वाला है. Done? कार्तिके
Yes, sir, done, sir.
Next question is there are two towns A and B and they are connected by a regular bus service. 3.9 from the NCRT. Two towns. I will give you a worksheet on relative motion, but from the NCRT, these questions are very important and they have been asked in exam like JEE and NEET also. Ditto same question. Two towns A and B are connected by regular periodic bus service. Are connected by regular bus service after every capital T minutes. So after every capital T minute, one bus from A and one bus from B goes to the other town. And such after every T minute, there is buses going from. So this is suppose town A and the town B. Because they are moving with the same velocity, so there will be a same gap between any two consecutive buses. These are the buses going from the direction of A to direction of B. So these are the buses from the town A towards town B, and they each are moving with the same velocity. They all are moving with the same velocity V और सबके बीच में same distance maintain होगी because they all have left only after a capital T minute. तो अगर हम किसी भी दो के बस के बीच के distance को D ले लेते हैं, what will be that D? That distance D between the two consecutive buses will be equal to V into T. T time तक वो जब बस एक बस चलती रहती है, then the second bus leave from the station, bus station. Similarly, from the side of B also, another set of buses is going. They will also maintain the similar gap. इनके बीच में भी distance same ही होगी. They will also move the same distance before the second bus leave. So distance between any two buses coming from the direction of B is also same. ठीक है, तो ये डायग्राम में क्लियर है. दो टाउन ए और बी के बीच में रेगुलर पीरियोडिक बस सर्विस चलती है आफ्टर एवरी कैपिटल टी मिनट. Now it is crossing. Okay, a man which is cycling from direction of A to direction of B. Now there is a cyclist who is starting from A towards B, and he is started with a constant speed of 20 km per hour. 20 km per hour. So when this cyclist is going from the town A to town B, there will be two direction of buses that will be going past him, one from his back, from his behind, and another coming from the front, from the opposite direction. So the buses which come from the same direction, which means in this direction from A to B, those two buses after crossing one bus, the other bus crosses him after every 18 minutes. So I'm writing this, man cycling from A to B. Question को diagram में represent करने से almost 90% problems will be solved. A man cycling from A to B with a speed of 20 km per hour finds. With the speed 20 km per hour finds bus from his own direction. Bus from his direction crosses him after every 18 minutes, and coming from opposite direction and from opposite direction it crosses after every 6 minutes. Right, after every 6 minutes. We have to find the speed of bus service and the regular interval of the bus service. Find the speed of bus service and the time interval t. Okay, solution को थोड़ा analyze करने में time लगेगा, but question will become very easy. Now, a bus which is coming from the direction from A to B, यानी जो cycle के direction में चल रही है, for that bus, what is the relative velocity? Bus की speed obviously cycle से ज़्यादा होगी, so we'll observe the bus from A with respect to cycle. With respect to cycle, because they're in same direction, because it is from in same direction, the relative velocity will be subtracted, become v minus 20 for the bus coming from the same direction. Bus from A to B with respect to cyclist. द कोई स्टेप ना समझ में है प्लीज पूछ लेना, ना सन्नाटा अच्छा नहीं है. एनीथिंग नॉट क्लियर लैंग्वेज वाइज, सिचुएशन वाइज, प्लीज आस्क. हमने बस को साइक्लिस्ट के रेस्पेक्ट में ऑब्जर्व कर लिया. नाउ वी कैन सी दैट दे आर मूविंग इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. Since it is moving in the same direction, what will happen is bus velocity with respect to cycle will come in a state of rest and bus relative velocity will become v minus 20. एक बस को क्रॉस करने के बाद दूसरी बस को आने के लिए जो डिस्टेंस है that is d. So time taken to cross is d divided by v minus 20, that is given as 18 minutes. So वैसे स्पीड शायद 20 किलोमीटर पर आवर थी, सो इसको भी हमें आर में चेंज कर लेना चाहिए. 18/60. This is time taken between the two buses. And bus coming from opposite direction, by the same logic, bus from opposite direction से आते हैं तो relative velocity add हो जाती है. Bus which is coming from opposite direction v plus 20, time taken as d divided by v plus 20, that time is 6 minutes, so 6/60. पहली इक्वेशन, ये दूसरी इक्वेशन, और तीसरी इक्वेशन थी हमारे पास d is equal to vt, that we have already concluded from here. क्या कर सकते हैं फिर? From these two equation, equation number 1 divided by equation number 2, divide these two. इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो d कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा, 60 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, and divide by these two and we will get the value of speed of bus service. Equation number 1 divided by 2, dd cancel, it become v plus 20 divided by v minus 20, and that will become 18/6. Solve for the value of v. क्या आंसर? v की वैल्यू कितनी आई?
So
Radhika?
40 meters per second.
40 किलोमीटर पर आवर. It was actually kilometer per hour. हमने टाइम को चेंज कर लिया था, मिनट को 60 से डिवाइड करके. So v is 40. Now what about time t? टाइम t के लिए हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे पहले v d की वैल्यू. इनमें से किसी भी इक्वेशन में v को अगर डाल देते हैं हम 40, then we will get first the time distance between the two consecutive buses, and then we divide by 40, so that will be in hour. 20 18 by 3, so that is I think 6, that is 6 kilometers. No. 10 20
Yes,
40.
sir. 6.
6, right? So it will be 6 kilometer and the speed is 40 kilometers. So this is hour. इसको हम 60 से multiply कर लेंगे, then it will become in minutes. So 6 by 40 into 60 minute, which is 9 minutes. So the time of bus service is 9 minutes. After every 9 minutes, there is a bus from A to B or bus from B to A. And the constant speed with which the buses are, the bus service is continued is 40 kilometers per hour. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So similarly, there are a few more questions. Some are graph based and some are very graph based, but little unusual type of graph. तो वो हम एक दो देख लेते हैं. For example, if you have NCERT आपके पास नहीं, सबके पास तो नहीं होगी obviously. So I will probably show this on the screen. तो क्वेश्चन आपको खुद करके डाउट्स पूछने चाहिए, बट okay. Some problem in the file, no problem. I think okay. यहाँ भी खैर solution भी है, but I just want you to see these graphs. Yeah, like here, this question number 3.12. A ball is dropped from. Is it visible on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Question number 3.12. इसके पहले ये भी 3.11 भी है, but that's we have discussed already. A ball is dropped from height of 90 meters on the floor. At each collision with the floor, the ball loses 1/10 of speed. plot the speed time graph and velocity time graph, suppose also. So first we calculate v is equal to root 2 gh, 1 by 9 is velocity. I think we did this type of graph. So every time it loses 1/10 of velocity, so it becomes 9 by 10. This we have done in graph in class. So yeah, question number 3.16. Look carefully at these and give me the reason why which of these possibly cannot represent. First can represent motion. No, why not? Because at one time two position not possible. This is not a distance, this x is position. So at the same time two different position not possible. Second, again same time two different velocity not possible. Speed cannot be negative. Path length cannot decrease. So none of these four graph is possible. Figure shows a plot of xt graph for one-dimensional motion of particle. Is it correct to say that from the graph, particle moves in a straight line for t less than 0 and on a parabolic path for t greater than 0? So this question is again a very conceptual question, that xt graph is parabolic. So can we say that the particle is moving on a parabolic path? No. When the particle move in a straight line with acceleration, constant acceleration, then its acceleration, then its position graph is a parabolic graph, right? So if xt graph is parabola, that does not mean it is moving in a parabola. It may be moving in a straight line with a constant acceleration. 3.19. Suggest a suitable physical situation for each of the following graphs. Initially, position is not changing. Then suddenly it goes to a certain position and then come back to 0 and opposite. A के लिए possible practical situation हमें ढूंढनी है when it is possible. Initially position is same, so the ball is at rest on a smooth floor. Then it moves with a constant velocity because slope is constant positive velocity. So because the slope is positive, it goes to a certain point. Then because velocity is changing from positive to negative, just before t is equal to 0, velocity is positive. Just after that, velocity become negative. So ये ऐसा कब होता है जब किसी भी wall के साथ collision हो या floor के साथ collision हो. In that collision, it is possible that sudden change in the velocity direction, and it came back to the same point, but is not stopping there. It goes to some other negative. जहाँ से पहले start किया था x0, उससे भी थोड़ा opposite direction में it's going, and then again for come to rest. Correct? Okay, second one. Second graph क्या है? वैसे जैसा भी पीछे था कुछ 1/10 something. Every time it is colliding, is thrown upwards. इसलिए पहले positive, maximum height पे 0 and then coming in opposite direction. After collision, it is losing its velocity. So every time the velocity after collision is decreased, and finally it will come to rest. Right? What about third? ये कौन सा possible graph है? Acceleration versus time. In which case it is possible?
सर सेकंड ग्राफ कब होता है?
सेकंड ग्राफ तो हो गया डिस्कस. हमने ऊपर फेंका किसी पार्टिकल को, इट हैज पॉजिटिव वेलोसिटी, फिर 0 हो गई, फिर नेगेटिव, कोलिजन के बाद फिर बाउंस बैक हुई, बट नॉट विद द सेम स्पीड. स्पीड पहले से कम हो गई, इसलिए इसकी हाइट हर बार कम होती जा रही है.
टाइम के अंदर तो पीछे चला गया सर, वो तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है.
वो तो थोड़ा ऐसे ही प्रैक्टिकली गलत बना हुआ है. वो उसी पॉइंट पर आएगा जस्ट एट द सेम टाइम. ये जहां से खत्म हो रहा है वहीं पे दूसरा स्टार्ट होगा.
ओके सर. सर मेरे को टाइम वाला ही डाउट था.
ये ऐसे ही होगा, मतलब उसी पॉइंट से नीचे आएगा. थर्ड सी ग्राफ कब पॉसिबल है, किस प्रैक्टिकल सिचुएशन में ग्राफ पॉसिबल है? पहले कोई फोर्स नहीं, फिर एक्सेलरेशन बढ़ता जा रहा है, फोर्स बढ़ता जा रहा है. So this is where a ball is hit by a bat or baseball bat, where it is not touching, it does not have any force. As it touches the bat, it gets compressed, there will be force. When maximum compressed, then maximum force, and then it moves away. So it is a impulsive force. Every impulsive force has a similar relation, similar type of graph. Okay, right. So इसमें आगे कुछ questions हैं ग्राफ के, वो आप try करेंगे, and in Friday's class we will discuss. कल तो स्कूल ऑफ होगा शायद. Yes. Tomorrow स्कूल है, स्कूल की वेकेशन है.
सो हमारी छुट्टी वेडनेसडे को है.
सब वेडनेसडे को है.
सर क्या